We've been working with refugees and asylum seekers now for about 6 years. We have had a number of projects that have basically kind of built upon one another. So the project with the refugees up in Stockton, that has been a project that we've run for 4 years, about 4 years in a row.
So we sort of led a jewellery table at a drop-in centre for refugees and asylum seekers. I think there were people from around 20 countries who attended. The whole experience was actually amazing, I think. I really enjoyed it. Very humbling. The people were incredibly friendly, really good with engagement in general. I think they were really happy that we were there and happy that they could have something to join in with, because I'm not sure they get much of that outside the centre.
I think I've really learnt about the importance of having a space in the community where people feel like they can just come at any time and really belong. And I think that's such an important thing for people's well-being, having a sense of belonging to a group and to the community.
Other students had actually gone up there and found that there were lots of things for the men to do. They had pool table and table tennis, but for the women there wasn't as much. I think actually they found the activity of jewellery making, which the women there actually selected themselves, was something that they really wanted to push forward. And yeah, we had different women engaging every week. It was really lovely to see. Had regulars coming back again and again, turning up early, staying to the end, and I think we were really able to develop some really lovely relationships with them.
You know, there were people who I met that day and it was just so easy to talk to them, and yeah, everyone was so kind and welcoming, even though I didn't know them at all and I'd just met them. It was just a really positive space to be in, and I think that was really nice, and hopefully would be something I can use in the future, in my job when I become an occupational therapist. That when you create spaces like that and just that community aspect and doing things together, it really does make a huge difference.
We've had card making sessions, because we didn't just do jewellery, but that was the focus on this last project. And they wanted to send them home. So they were all asking for stamps because they wanted to send them home. So they do various things with the jewellery. Sometimes they wear it themselves, sometimes they put it on or send it to someone else, yeah.
The difference in that they bring in quite a lot of their cultural themes in there as well. Do you remember there was a woman who created her own earrings and necklace with very sort of almost African themed sort of colours with them, while others you could see that they were really used to using their hands. They were so good, so clever with the wire and the beadwork.
What we learned from our research was that some of the people that attended the allotment had backgrounds relating to horticulture and kind of farming, and that was part of their culture. So they really enjoyed kind of connecting to that at the allotment and being able to grow foods that were cultural to them to use in cooking at home. And I think people also occasionally ate at the allotment as well, outside, so people really enjoyed that.
Key takeaway for me is just learning a bit more about cultural diversity and about just how different everybody is, but how we can all work together to create something very beautiful and meaningful.
I think we learn so much in healthcare courses, and particularly occupational therapy now, about the push for more equality and getting rid of that imbalance in power between the professional and the service user. And it was, yeah, I really noticed it on the allotment. I felt like it was such a great example of that, because it wasn't a sense of oh, we're in charge, we're the volunteers or we're the project leaders and you're the people just using the service, being served, but actually it felt like being at a social event.
I've learnt so much about kind of cultural awareness and obviously conducting cross-cultural research, which I think is something I'll be able to bring forward into practice. It's a really good opportunity to gain new skills for when we qualify as occupational therapists.